Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is MDS Fark, and I'm here to talk about Grandi's series. Grandi's series, and it is called so because an Italian monk, priest, philosopher, theologian, mathematician, and engineer, Grandi came up with this series for the first time in 17th century, if I'm not mistaken. And in my recent article, I had mentioned this series, so you know about this series. Or for those who are coming across this series for the first time, I'm telling you, you are going to be surprised today. Watch till the end, and I promise you, this is not going to be lengthy like other L5 videos. Let's get started. So Grandi's series looks like this: 1 minus 1 plus 1 minus 1 plus 1 minus 1 plus dot 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 all the way up to infinity equals what? What do you think? There are two ways of thinking about this. First, start bracketing from here: 1 minus 1 plus 1 minus 1 plus 1 minus 1, and it will equal 0, right? Because 1 and minus 1 inside brackets will cancel each other, and what you are left with is 0 plus 0 plus 0, which ultimately equals 0, right? And another way of bracketing is start bracketing from here: 1 plus minus 1 plus 1 plus minus 1 plus 1 plus minus 1 plus 1 and dot, 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 all the way up to infinity. And this must equal 1, because 1 plus minus 1 and 1 will cancel each other, so what you left with is 1 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0, which ultimately equals 1. Now you might be thinking that it should be either 1 or 0, right? But Gandhi came up with something else. He said it should be half. Yes, sir. It should be half. Minus 1 plus 1 equals half. This is what Gandhi thought. Now you have a question in your mind. How do we even get to half? I don't see half anywhere near. It must be either 1 or 0. If you're thinking so, don't worry. I'm here to walk you through this. Okay, let us talk about how we get to half. Let us consider a sum Sg equals 1 minus 1 plus 1 minus 1 plus 1 dot 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 up to infinity. Our next step will be to subtract Sg from 1. You'll get 1 minus the same thing, right? You copy this thing here: 1 minus 1 plus 1 minus 1 plus 1 and dot dot up to infinity. So what we get is 1 minus Sg equals 1, and when you open bracket, 1 minus just reverses your signs: minus 1 plus 1 minus 1 plus 1 minus 1 plus 1 and dot 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 up to infinity. So what we get in our next step is 1 minus Sg equals, you know this series, right? 1 minus 1 is again Sg, and adding Sg on both sides, you'll get 1 equals 2Sg. Therefore Sg equals half. So this is how we get half. Okay, but people still are not convinced completely, and I'll show you why. I have written down a formula that calculates sum of infinite geometric series for r less than 1 and greater than minus 1, where a is the first term and r is the common ratio. And if you observe our series of concern, that is Grandi's series, you'll find that it's a geometric series with first term 1 and common ratio minus 1, right? So we can use the formula, and when we use the formula, we get Sg equals a, which is 1 in this case, divided by 1 minus r, which is minus 1 in this case. And we know minus into minus gives plus, so we can simply replace that by plus. And this equals 1 divided by 2. So this is how we can get to the same result by using another method. But math says we can't use this formula for r being equal to minus 1. And therefore, this result is still debatable. So you are free to give your own opinions on this. Write down what you think in the comments below. Till then, I'll wrap it up for today with my personal opinion on this. I go with simple logic. I'll take the help of partial sum. If you stop here, you get 1. If you stop here, you get 0. If you stop here, you get 1 again. If you stop here, you get 0. So 1 and 0 goes on and on up to infinity. And we know infinity is a beautiful concept of never stopping, never ending. That is why we take average of 1 and 0 so that it can give us the sense of continuity. That is why I think we should be allowed to cross the limits sometime so that we can reach the unreached. That's all for today. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, stay home. Khuda Hafiz.